Jeff Bezos will likely still be the world's richest man after his divorce from his wife MacKenzie is finalized.
Divorce settlement between Mel Gibson and his wife of 31 years, Robin Moore. Celebrity divorce payout in Hollywood history.
Divorce is never easy, but when you're rich, famous, and constantly under the microscope of the media, it becomes a whole new level of complicated. For some of the world's biggest celebrities, ending a marriage doesn't just involve heartbreak. It involves massive settlements, public drama, and sometimes reputations that never recover. In this video, we're counting down the 5 most expensive celebrity divorces of all time. From tech billionaires to Hollywood legends and sports icons, these breakups didn't just make headlines, they made history.
I don't really want this interview to be all about Paul, you know, because it's just like that umbilical cord was broken.
5. Paul McCartney and Heather Mills, $48.6 million. When Beatles legend Paul McCartney married former model and activist Heather Mills in 2002, many fans were skeptical, and with good reason. The two met at a charity event in 1999 and quickly became inseparable. Their wedding, held at a castle in Ireland, was a media sensation, but behind the scenes, cracks were already forming. The relationship was often described as rocky, and it didn't help that the press was relentlessly critical of Heather. By 2006, the couple had separated, and their divorce turned into one of the most bitter public breakups in celebrity history. Heather accused Paul of abusive behavior, which he denied, and the court proceedings were filled with drama and mudslinging. Heather originally sought over $100 million, but after a long and public battle, she received $48.6 million. While that number is significantly lower than some of the others on this list, the emotional and reputational toll was huge. Paul later reflected that the marriage was a mistake, and many fans viewed the whole ordeal as a tragic chapter in the life of a musical icon. Heather has since focused on her business ventures and advocacy work, while Paul went on to remarry in a much more private affair. 4. Tiger Woods and Elen Nordegren, $100 million.
It is official now. Tiger Woods and his now ex-wife are divorced. They dissolved their marriage of nearly 6 years on Monday.
Exact details, however, of the custody and financial arrangements are being kept private.
At the height of his career, Tiger Woods was not just the world's greatest golfer, he was a global brand, earning hundreds of millions from endorsements and tournaments. He was also married to Swedish model Elen Nordegren, and together, they seemed like the picture-perfect couple. That image came crashing down in late 2009, when a late-night car crash outside their Florida home led to one of the biggest scandals in sports history. It was soon revealed that Tiger had engaged in multiple extramarital affairs, not just 1 or 2, but dozens. The media frenzy was intense, and Tiger's reputation took a major hit. Sponsors dropped him, fans were shocked, and Elen filed for divorce in 2010. The final settlement? $100 million. Elen also received custody of their 2 children and focused on shielding them from the spotlight. Despite the public chaos, Elen handled the split with remarkable grace, rarely giving interviews and keeping her life private. Tiger, on the other hand, worked hard to rebuild his career, eventually making a legendary comeback by winning the Masters in 2019. But the scars of that scandal still linger.
Well, it's a process, you know. It was a lot of guys before me, you know, and then there was guys.
The boys understood that right away. When they came home with jersey number 23 on it, I immediately said, you don't.
3. Michael Jordan and Wanita Venoi, $168 million. Even basketball royalty isn't immune to heartbreak. Michael Jordan, widely considered the greatest NBA player of all time, married Wanita Venoi in 1989. The couple met during his early years with the Chicago Bulls and quickly fell in love. They had 3 children together and were together through Michael's meteoric rise, from championships to sneaker deals to becoming a global icon. But by 2002, after 13 years of marriage, the couple announced their separation. They reconciled briefly, but by 2006, they officially filed for divorce. The split was quiet and respectful. No tabloids, no courtroom battles. Still, the settlement was enormous. $168 million, one of the largest in sports history. Wanita has remained largely private since the split, while Michael went on to marry again and continues to run his business empire, including ownership of an NBA team.
While Robin is walking away with a ton of money, this is big numbers. These are huge numbers. Mel Gibson is not going to starve.
Half of every future film residuals check that Gibson receives for the rest of his life for the movies made during.
2. Mel Gibson and Robin Moore, $425 million. Before Bezos took the top spot, actor and director Mel Gibson held the record for the most expensive celebrity divorce. Mel married Robin Moore back in 1980, long before he became a Hollywood megastar. The two met when Mel was a struggling actor and Robin was working as a dental nurse. Over the years, they built a life together, raising 7 children and navigating Mel's rise to fame with blockbusters like Braveheart, Lethal Weapon, and The Passion of the Christ. But by the mid-2000s, their relationship was in trouble. In 2006, Mel was arrested for a DUI and made headlines for his controversial outbursts. Then came rumors of an affair with Russian musician Oksana Grigorieva, with whom he had a daughter. The public pressure mounted, and in 2009, Robin filed for divorce. Because there was no prenuptial agreement, Robin was legally entitled to half of Mel's fortune, and she walked away with a staggering $425 million. The divorce made headlines worldwide and marked a turning point in Mel's public image. Since the split, Robin has stayed out of the public eye, while Mel has continued to work in the film industry, though not without continued controversy.
Jeff Bezos tweets a few moments ago that he's getting divorced.
24 years old, but the Bezoses have been married for 25 years, and they have 4 children in that time.
1. Jeff Bezos and MacKenzie Scott, $38 billion. The most expensive divorce in recorded history belongs to none other than Amazon founder Jeff Bezos and his wife of 25 years, MacKenzie Scott. The story begins in the early 1990s, when Jeff and MacKenzie met while working at the hedge fund D.E. Shaw. They fell in love quickly and married in 1993. Not long after, the couple moved to Seattle, where they launched Amazon from the garage of their home. MacKenzie was right there in the trenches, helping to build what would become one of the biggest companies in the world. By 2019, however, the fairy tale had unraveled. In January of that year, the couple announced their separation. It was soon revealed that Bezos had been having an affair with former news anchor Lauren Sanchez, a scandal that dominated tabloids for weeks. Just months later, the divorce was finalized. The result? MacKenzie received $38 billion in Amazon stock, instantly making her one of the wealthiest women in the world. Remarkably, the split was surprisingly civil. Both Jeff and MacKenzie issued public statements praising each other and committed to co-parenting their 4 children. MacKenzie has since become a philanthropic powerhouse, donating billions to nonprofits focused on education, racial equality, and public health. Meanwhile, Bezos went on to step down as Amazon CEO and focus on other ventures, including space exploration. Love may be priceless, but as these stories show, divorce can come with a jaw-dropping price tag. From billion-dollar tech fortunes to sports legends and rock icons, even the biggest names can't escape the fallout when relationships come to an end. If you found this video fascinating, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more deep dives into the wild world of celebrity lifestyles, luxury living, and drama behind the headlines. Let us know in the comments, which of these divorces surprised you the most?